So for a very long time, I had written off devices for flour. I just really couldn't ever get any good vapor out of them. Like no matter which device I used, no matter how I hit it, you just weren't getting a ton of vapor. But that was until recently I discovered a new type or a newer type of device that added one thing that a lot of these other devices didn't have. And that's balls. Well, I find this extra funny because I'm like, well, I just add balls to the device and they're better. Well, the device that I have today, you know what? They said screw balls. This bad boy's filled with gem cut rubies. I don't know if you could see in there. You probably can't. But they got dang old gem cut rubies in there instead of balls. And you know what happens when you cut those balls up into gems? Well, they fill up more of the space on the inside. You get more heat when you pull through it. How much more? I don't know. I haven't measured this, but I've been testing out this screwball device for a little while on my Twitch now. If you don't tune into my Twitch streams, you're going to miss out on all the devices that never make it into YouTube videos because honestly, I test out a ton of stuff over there and it doesn't make it into a video. So make sure you follow me on Twitch. But the screwball is one of the newest, do I call it a ball vape? It's one of the newest devices that I would actually consider using. I heard a lot of good things about it from people in my community. And I was like, you know what? Because I'm probably going to get a lot of questions about this, let's go ahead and get one. And I've got a lot of questions about them already. It's actually pretty interesting. The price on it is in the lower tier. I know a lot of people see the price of a ball vape and they go, sheesh. But this isn't PS5 money. This is Nintendo Switch money. But the one I use every day, it's PS5 money. People are like, oh, I thought you were kidding, bro. It's the same price as a PS5. This is just a Nintendo Switch. But I do think they have like a pre-order sale going. I know I have a Cewpins code, but if you go type !screw in my Twitch chat or Discord, I got a link set up over there for you. You could type !screwball. I thought !screw was funny. This device works slightly different than the injector styles that I use because we go over the top here and we have metal on metal contact with the bowl, which actually hits your flower with a little bit of conduction heating and convection when you pull through. One thing I've noticed with some of the injector bowls that I use is it really pulls most of the heat towards the center and that outer layer of flower doesn't get hit with as much heat. You stir it up and you get it on the next go. But when you use a bowl like this, I know like my B2 went over the top. They have some different options for bowls. I actually, after testing out a few, I prefer a all glass bowl with the injector style, but this has some nice hits to it. And one of the benefits to using this style bowl where you're getting two types of heat, convection and conduction is you don't really have to stir it. You can stir it if you want, but you can really get a nice, good few hits off of it without having to lift the hammer off. Lift the screwball off and stir it. I think that it should be called hammer vape. Ball vape's a dumb name. Especially this one doesn't have balls in it, bro. Is it a gem vape? We get a gem cut ruby vape. Well, I'm here to show you how it hits. I would say for the most part, a lot of these hammer style vapes, they really are the next level of hit. So it's not too much for me about, oh, which one hits better, which one hits harder, because you can get a really big hit out of a lot of them. So at the end of the day, I try to use a device that's a little bit safer, a little bit easier to use. I know the cordless hammer is like a really great option, but after using this for, many sessions, I kind of like the no stir option every now and then. It's not my favorite, but because I'm using the corded option, I actually prefer this on the orb here. It just sits on the desk. I don't like to handle too much. This metal ball, I don't know, it gets a little bit awkward when I use the handheld pieces, so I kind of like the desktop piece here. What I'm going to do here is let it sit on the bowl for a little bit just to heat up the outside. We'll get a little conduction in there before we pull for convection. A little toucan conduction convection hit. Well, let's see how it rips. I'm going to do a few here with no stir, and hopefully we get some nice clouds. Nice pull on it. I do notice a difference when I use a metal bowl with a metal screen versus the all glass bowl that I use. I notice a slight difference in taste. It's not crazy, but I notice it. Ooh. We are getting some nice hits out of here. Woo-wee. ice hits on that, it does a really good job cooking the bowl. I would say one thing I've noticed, or one difference I noticed between like the glass and the metal bowl, other than the taste difference, is the metal bowl is easier to maintain during the sesh, like to keep it clean in between hits. If I wait another 10 minutes, I pull a little bit of heat through and I go to dump it out, it'll come out super easy. A little bit easier than the glass bowl, but when I go to actually clean it, you know, at the end of the night, or technically tomorrow before the sesh, it's a little bit harder to clean there. Like, it's not terrible, but the glass bowl is so easy to clean when I'm going for like an actual deep clean on it. But the metal bowl is easier to maintain between hits during the sesh. I don't know if that makes sense. But I will say the metal bowls just stay hotter. Like, I bump my arm into my bowls and stuff all the time just because I got stuff all over my desk. Glass bowl is never as bad as a metal bowl that you just had a hammer on, or a screwball on, or whatever we want to call them. Well, thanks for getting lit with me. Go type !screw in my Twitch chat if you want to take a look at what we got. And have a lit day, my dudes.